Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, my people. How are you today? It's Question Friday. It's the Question Friday, and today a rainy, cold, dark day. Yeah. So it's Question Friday. Yesterday we bought a Toyota Rumion. You can go to the community tab, and then you see the Rumion there, but they are white. So I'll be sharing a bit of the story later on. But today is Question Friday, so let's see people ask their questions. Then Muyombia Mark, good morning. Tusime Eddie, good morning. John's Info, good morning. Viola Namiro, good morning. Molindwa Gonzaga, good morning. Sereko Starch, good morning. Tusime Eddie, good morning. Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm, good morning. Juma Ali, good morning. Bruno Insingoma, good morning. David Sembatia, good morning. Brijay Kakai. Dan Nyesi Ngomwe, good morning. How about you, G? Oza Mosantu, YouTube at 29. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's ask the question. Start abagamba mbwayagala abadde atesa mugule morukanga FTC People's Party. Akoteka ku People's Party chikigiti bazi kube. But as FTC tugule ye moruka nga tuzisoolooza kyabadde ateesa timulaba mutya. YouTube art, your name is also Arthur. Arthur, what's your view about the wholesale car bonds when inspecting and buying a car? I've been to like 3 of them. The thing with wholesale car bonds is you buy as is. Tebatunda mabanja. You buy as is, and you buy as is. Tebatunda mabanja. And I've had traders also complain about is a morokacho. The cars that are outside those wholesale bonds are a little bit more expensive is because those cars zimanyo kulyamu kasente, but traders zibalyamu ku kasente nabo ne bongeza wagenda n'asuubulayo okitegeera nti sometimes when you go and buy cars from there olumukumbi oba ngaguze moroka enkadde. That's something that happens. Baleeta all the grades, and majority of the time the good red cars abasuubuzi ab'amanya bazisuubula kirindi, like even before the cars get to bazirisa Mombasa. Before the cars get to Mombasa, these big traders have already booked 10 pieces, 20 pieces, you get. So the cars that you find in the bonds packed there are the remaining ones. Yeah, but osobola okugulayo, you'll be saving some money naye olumu ogenda okwesanga nga sente zifuluma ziba nyingi because emmotoka ezo zimanyi okuba ne fault ezimu zizosanga eziba ne rust wansi and all those things. Yeah, so that's why sometimes I don't recommend a normal buyer to go there. At least ogulayo ogule mmoroka nga yeeyongeddemu miliyoni nga 2-3 naye nga grade ye nnungi okitegeera. Yes, it's a question Friday. Ask all the questions and tugende maso. So Brigitte, I think I've tried to reply to you. Me, I would recommend ewasuubulwa abasuubuleyo ekintu ky'okutalaafiya because you see the thing, I've heard of instances where someone bought a car, the engine blew, and they got a refund from the place where they bought a car. When you buy a car on wholesale, there is nothing like refund. Wholesale, there is nothing like refund, and we say there are purchases where there needs to be a guarantee of refund. And I think that's the one thing that is also delicate about land. That when you buy a piece of land you have bought, there is nothing like refund. So if you buy air, you have bought air. If you buy the plot from the wrong person, you're never going to get a refund, because even when you take the person to police and they lock them up, you will stay in prison and you won't get your money back. Which is why sometimes being very careful about what you buy. And then you can go and do inspections there still, but there are things that are still not guaranteed. Some of the things with the cars from the wholesale places will just break down, because some of those cars have been parking for long. Some of the cars that they bring, Like if you went to wholesale bonds, and I've been there, if you went to wholesale bonds, you'll even find cars that have broken windscreens. You'll find cars that have bad bodies. Now it's clear that it's a bad body. What you take it, right? So you're buying a car, but still, original auto to kill garage. You get it? So I find that for a normal buyer, because this is your money. What you take it, right? Atogenda genda okwesanga ngebiseera ebimu saving a million nya satu okitegeera kati millioni ezennya zikufuukira ekira so nga ate wali osobola okweronda okujjako the one way that you can go to a wholesale bond n'ogula is probably on the day they bring and I had someone that we tried to time that nera ne bwe mutayiminga batuusa bati pieces zibeera zisigala bweru eno yagiguze eno gundi yagiguze the big traders like Kalungi Motors and all that. That's why sometimes I was telling you guys shipping your own car might actually be riskier than buying from here, because if big players like Kalungi Motors don't ship their own cars, which they let shippers ship for them, the wholesale car shippers bone bagula nga zituuse wano naye nga agibuukinga agenda before they bring nagande neno grade cheno grade pine abali wabakuli abali emachinge abali enakawa. Some of the big traders ne basinga okugula emoroka ennungi kati mwabasigadde mugula zisigaddewo zebagambye yesi nnungi okitegera. That's why if you went there you'll find that some of the cars have been there for months nga zibakutte kubanga si nnungi, but you always you can try your luck. Manye ebintu kati ebintu byaffe ebye Uganda tuteeka buteesi saala n'ogamba kangende kasita nsevinga obubiri kasita nsevinga obusatu bweneefanga efa bwetaafe nga tefa okitegeera. But sometimes the risk might not be worth it. That's why you end up seeing that people go ahead and buy cars n'agigula beeyi naye ng'amanyi grade gyaguze yeeyo teri byakuddamu kukola ki yakuddamu kwenyola. But I hope you guys are doing well. Question Friday, let's ask questions. Then dokemba nyumise ekyarumi ono gyetwaguze yesterday akakuba ko mukalaba, and it's like it's raining everywhere in Uganda. Kumpi buli muntu gwenkubira. I've just called the mechanic I'm working with today, and he has told me neewuwe enkuba etonnya. And I was asking him, newangambe boroka kati ogisuza wakanga njisuza wakana ye enkuba kyeko. And for some people enkuba bwetonya tebagala na kuva mu buliri. Nemwe ototo enkuba nga tuoma. The sleep in the rain is something else. You see, even me, I'm driving, but I can feel that the sleep in rain, my eyes are missing it. So the sleep, I think chobola abagamba ebikunta bwibera mukwano gwo n'obwavu bwibera mukwano gwo. Yeah, so Bridget, nkuzemu Bridget. After good morning, it's raining here in Masindi, like there. Even in Masindi, it's raining. Kachira iketonyeka Uganda yonna. I saw the video on TikTok where guys were recording and they were saying enkuba ekomye wali kato okuva wali paka wano wetuli enkuba tetonya. And that's something that happens. So it's Question Friday. You ask the questions. And then we see what answers we get. You ask the question. Wakula Johnson, Proma Creations, good morning. Guys, it's Question Friday. Bibuzo mubibuze akakuba mukarabye kati simanyi na kumanya nenze wange wakamvuddeyo ng'enkuba tennatandika ebadde ekanga naye nga tennakola ki naye nga tennaba kutandika kati simanyi ewaffe Saalongo nga alwawo okusingula oba Saalongo nga yeekuba n'atatwala bantu enkuba tebagweredde kufe ewaffe tulina takisi eja emu yokka. I don't know what they would do. Yeah, but it's Question Friday. This place today is a little freer. And yesterday I did not like the experience of going through that other road. Even if there were jam here today, I was going to stay. This IST does not do things for me. It doesn't. It's just there. It's there in the middle. Doesn't know what it wants. It wants to be an SUV. It wants to be a hatchback. I don't know what it wants to be. It's just there. It wants to be rugged. It wants to be sexy. I don't know what it wants to be. But even then, I would not drive this car if the IST was there. The guy is much more uglier. Advice to a car lover who comes 1 year and they want to own and keep it safe. Yeah, but if you're home for a full year, then buy a car definitely, because you cannot hire a car for a year. You cannot hire a car for a year. Why do I say you cannot hire a car for a year? Because even if they hired you that car at the cheapest price possible, and that is like, if they hired the car to you for $1 million shillings a month, that will be 12 million. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okuja Kongo oli expatriating asigwazi sasula. Buy a car, but after that 1 year, how long do you spend when you're away? How long do you spend when you're away from home? How long do you spend when you're away from home? Because that's the one thing. That's the one thing that determines whether you should buy a car or not. So guys, you're 42, double tap your screen and then we get the likes. Double tap your screen. Double tap your screen. Why akakuba kansanze ndi mumoroka nga ntambudde olwo ngenda ku mulimu. What can my 10 million get me? Well, Johnson, if you have a budget of 10 million, the fact is, I find that the best cars that I will look at for you would be the Vitz, and even then the Vitz would be the old model, but it won't be that bad. I would look at the Passo Sete. No, not Passo Sete, Passo. The Passo. Passo, I'm just making it clear. I'd look at the Passo. I tell you the Passo Sete, but the chingeri could be R. Has it cham card? So I'd look at the Passo, I'd look at the Vitz, I'd look at a Vista Adeo if it's available. There is also I'd look at Chikumi Kumi Kakali. Kachikumi Kumi Kakali. I'm going to show you. Kachikumi, you see after that double cabin on the side there where that man is moving, that's the car that's called a Chikumi Kumi. It's a Corolla. That one. I'd look at a Primo old model. I really want to say IST old model, but I don't know where you will find it. So Primo old model, I'd look at katika Passo kako. That Passo there, the yellow one. But of course you can get it in different colors. I'd look at a Corolla like mine, the Corolla Namukade. Yeah, at 10 million, I really want to recommend some VVTI cars, but it looks like the VVTI cars you'll get will be the Vista Adeo, would be the Passo, would be the Vista, 10 million, and 10 million. You can get a Spacio old model, 10 million. Mark II Musota. You can get a Mark II Musota. You can actually, these days you can even get a Mark II Grand. These days I've seen you can even get a Mark X. That's what I've seen. You can even get a Mark X. But the Mark X will be pretty old. You can get you know, there are some Subarus you can get. Some Subaru Foresters you can get. You see, like that UAW Subaru, that one that has just gone, you can probably get it at like 14, 15, 16 there. So if it goes lower like UAS, you can get a Subaru Forester like 10. G Touring, Karibu, Caldina. The Caldina you'll even end up getting a new model, yeah, a new model. You can probably you can even get a VVTI one. Chikumi Kumi, they don't have Chikumi Kumi is also there. Up there, you're going to see how where the guy has reached there. That's a chikumi kumi also. 10 ma. Recently I've learned that you can even get a Prado TX, but you'll only be getting a petrol one. Petrol Prado TX, but it won't be very good. You'll get it at like 10 and invest like 2 to 3 million to get it in good shape. So 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, 10 million. People when they have slept, even the people that have cars, they have slept. 10 million. 10 million in the past. We used to be able to get the new ones, and I'm thinking you should be able to get a new one at 10 million. If you're not thinking about the number plate, you can get a RAV4 old model. Yeah, you can get a RAV4 old model, and I think you should be able to get that new Mugongo Gwamba. I don't know why they are selling them expensively. Dr. Kasule Matia, good morning. Billy Crown, today I'm moving in your area in Matuga. Do you advise someone to directly connect the fan such that it starts with the engine full time? How about sub? That is normally done for a reason. When you put a fan to direct, it's normally done for a reason. If you, for example, if your car overheats at least once and it doesn't damage anything, then putting it on direct would be a very good remedy to stop it from overheating again. You get it? That's normally the reason why they put it on direct. So even when you depending on the condition. Kati fani, the reason why mechanics put your fans on direct is to avoid any chance of overheating. And that's why most of the old cars are on direct, because they don't know. And sometimes the fan is on direct simply because the electronics failed. If the electronics fail, then they put it on direct because the temperature switch doesn't work. The switch that gets the fan to go on. If it doesn't work, or if it fails, then they put it on direct to avoid all this trouble of look for a switch again, bichi, which take it, right? Yeah, but it's okay. It doesn't damage anything. I find that if your car is old, having your fan on direct is the best solution. It's one way for you to know if the car is even working. Me, I used to love it. Like it took me some time to adjust to a car that doesn't have its fan on direct, because I would not know if the car has started or not. You get? Yeah. So anyway, you can get Akamoro Kabaka at 10 million. I'm still talking about 10 million. There is a car that is called a Toyota DB. Toyota DB is the car that came before the Rumion. Yeah? That one too you can get. And then there are a number of Mercedes Benzes you can get. The C-Class, the compressor at 10 million. There are a number of them you can get. But after getting it, you'll still invest some money. 10 million. That area, you can probably get it as well. Million dani amanyenda tuziteekewo wano obwongo bwange buyinza oba buzibuuse ezimu nimu akakuba kaweze ate eno kangi. Good morning Arthur, a review about Toyota Platz 2005 model. Toyota Platz has no problem. If you get it with the 1NZ engine, it will be even good. But most Platz are like just a replica of the Vitz. They normally have 1 liter or 1.3 liter engines, which is not very strong. But if you're to buy it with a small engine, buy it with a 1.3 liter engine. Platz, 1 liter Platz will not be very good for you, because everyone that sees it like a Primo or like a Corolla, so they want to overload it. And that's why most of the Platz that have a 1 liter engine die. The same thing that happens with the Belters of 1 liter. Because of that, which take it. So you should buy 1.3 liter one or a 1.5 liter if it exists. but the Platts has no problem. It's just like a Vitz. Toina chogenda kujita bojivuga bulungi. Arthur, how is Subaru Exige? Apart from being ugly and of course having majority of the ones I've seen have a 2.5 liter engine, so fuel consumption and being ugly. Other than that, the Exigas have no problem. But you take it, Mr. Arthur, sleep in the rain is sweet. That's why we have to be careful in the rainy season. Yeah, the rainy season brings a lot of thieves, guys. The guys that are in Kampala remember that. But you know there are remedies. There are remedies to thieves. Burglar proofs. You can add burglar proofs to your doors. You can add burglar proofs that make it hard for a thief to enter. Guys, kawunda yo mukiraba ntandise okulaba kawundo za rais milioni 24 naye nga ziri ku UAS, UAR, you get the very old ones. Naye nga bw'oba kuvuga kawundo, you see why you maintain a safe distance. Kati ono basibye biki, I don't know why they were breaking like that. Owachi Prado yawadde asibye obubi. Eyo visitor ogirabye? That's the visitor. You can even get a GDI, but I don't recommend you buy that car. Sentengo, can I get a Rumion? Tosobola. Sentengo bivenako. Okujakonga, if you, the goal is to simply buy a Rumion. Oberene Rumion, ngatofa yo banunjo bambi. Wikastofuna Rumion kukumina munana, your heart will be at rest. You are going to get it. As a matter of fact, if you guys, one thing that I know, if a person does not mind buying a bad car, that for them their only goal is to buy a car, a particular car, at the money they have, a Rumion you can even get at 8. If you don't mind about the condition, just want to have a Rumion in your compound, you can get it even at 8. But if you mind the condition, you cannot get a good Rumion at 18. And most so, all Rumions are in UB series, definitely. But you cannot get a Rumion at 18 in good condition. You get. I'm going to tell you the story of the Rumion. Yesterday we got a Rumion at 25 million. I'm going to tell you why we didn't buy it. It was UBP still, it was 25. And I'm going to tell you why we bought a Rumion at 27 when there was a Rumion at 25. Same number plates. So I'm going to tell you. Katulaba Rumion eyo mwe UBJ bwayo bajjajiga million 24. Right? And Rumions came out at around that time. Most of the Rumions that we have, they started at around UBJ. Greetings from Washington DC. Greetings from Kampala. The rainy city today morning. Morad K Momo. Ayonge Danari new winger. Ari new wins a VIP status. Whoa. Morad K Momo. Ari new wins emyezi emirala eshatu. Emyezi ni eshatu. Morad K Momo. Webare munonga. Ari new wins emyezi emirala jijo wajinda ba eshatu. I love to own a car, but I come in 2 months vacation in a year. You only have a vacation of 2 months in a year. Man, 2 months, why don't you just hire a car? Why? Zendava, okay, let me give you what I would do, knowing what I know now. Because in the past I did not have the amount of knowledge that I have. But now I know what I know, and this, if I were you and I have the money to buy a car, and I come only 2 months in a year, this is what I would do. So for all the guys that come only 2 months in a year or 1 month in a year, and the rest of the time oliwaka or oliweru ngatoli mugwanga, this is what I would do if I were you. Okisingo gule mmero ke million asatu, I would decide nenzija, yeah, and I use nempangi semodoka katugezene I bargain ne bajimpangisa ku million emu n'ekitundu per month, nembera we myezi ebiri ze million zange 3, and I hire that car. And then I use the balance. If I, for example, I had 30 million, I would use 27 million to buy government bonds or invest in unit trusts, which take it, and I invest my money there. In 1 year, that money would have made you the money to hire a car next year, and then your money would still be intact. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's what I would do, because government bonds are safer to invest in. Unit trusts give you interest as well. So that's what I would do, Danny. That's what I would do. Yes, akasendeka inspection in Kagala, but still ndabanga emoroke you're going to be forced to leave it home ate abewaka batandika ogivuga ogenda okomawo next year olumu nga tifaananika, and then you want to buy another car and you get okujjako ng'ogenda gisibira mu garage wuwo ogireke munda mu garage gwogende, but still it's not a very wise decision. If it's only 2 months, hire a car. IST old model is expensive. I wonder why. It's like Ranix. A good one starts at 18. Well, the IST, I find that you can even get at 14, 15, yeah? 18 is too much to invest in the IST old model. You're not in a jam. I find that would be too much. Good morning, Santi Gebarto. How are you, Maxwell Kauma? Ronald Mucho VIP, good morning. David Jack to Mushime, good morning. Your wipers work so ate wipers ange nkadde njagala kugula wiper tezikola bulungi kibulamu. I'm going to buy new wipers probably today or tomorrow. I'm going to buy new wipers. Zino nkadde. But these are the wipers that came with the car from the bond. But I'm going to buy new wipers. Let me even buy them today. I'm going to buy wipers. Namiro agamba, talk about this car hybrid Toyota called Aqua. Man, akakamoro kako kalaba nange nkepikira, but you know the things I've seen are discouraging, are a bit discouraging with hybrids. So I'm doing more research. Nabawa form sijibawanga nabawa form mu sharing n'abantu bamanya abavuga hybrid, so that we collect information. We have to be in statistics that besinga kugula oba tugula hybrid oba tetugula, but it's a good car bangaye kali mu million asatu mu mukaga mu bondi. And then someone told me, one of the mechanic I worked with yesterday told me that the Aqua consumes 30,000. You go to Masaka and come back at only 30. You get, but that would be very good saving. However, that car should be able to survive, and if you're not using it for highly commercial work, that car should be able to survive 5 years without dying if you're to recoup your money. Of course, now people be buying ISTs at 35. I'll definitely buy the Aqua. Now, there are people like me who would not find the use of the Aqua. The Aqua is a very nice car, but me, as a person that makes film, sometimes I have a lot of load to put in the car, in the boot. That's the other thing that is also making me reconsider the hybrid, the Prius, because the Prius also doesn't have big boot space, so you cannot sort of loading them into your film. Sometimes I go to hire film equipment, boot your edge. There is a time I went to hire equipment, told about Kanyambukire wano elisimanyi lwaki wakutte. Told about the Ractis has a boot that is not so small. Still the Ractis boot would all get full. Right? So I find that I need a bigger car at this moment. So that's why the Prius is not something that is ideal for me right now. The Aqua is definitely not in my league. So kati Aqua ekolera nnyo abantu nga bevuga byabwe ngemoroka terina mirimu gye muyambako kukola. Yeah, but it's a good car. One way to the Prime Minister Nabanja. This car road here, for the people that don't know. And I think that's why they made this car road, to make it easier for the Prime Minister to go home. We have come to inspect cars in this bond here sometime. Long time ago. Inspecting away Morocco. I think we bought one car from that place. But I think we have bought one car from there. So guys, Morocco is a million year and you guys will be surprised. Ndabona abuza ayagala kufuna sienta million 12 ogenda oyagala kukaba ogenda kujijja wa sienta million 12 enungi eya 12 nyangu yakufuna. You can get a sienta at 12. That I cannot say you can't. But the condition, omanyikati guys, I want us to be able to think about condition. The condition of the car you buy should be as important as you actually getting a car. Right? Don't just focus on you getting a car, but also focus on getting a car that is in good condition. That should also be important to you. Right? The condition should be as important as the issue of actually getting a car. Tofa bufiku amoroka. Tola banti no when you marry the wrong one, you emirembe jikugwako. Trust me, when you buy the wrong car, at least for a certain period of time, togenda bana mirembe. Even your self-esteem will be affected. I'm telling, as a person that has had those cars before, I can tell you, you'd rather buy a Vitz old model at 12 million than attempt to buy a Sienta at 12. I'm telling you, as a person that has bought bad cars, your esteem is affected a lot. A model kangambi, or two kanga to jamba to people that have bought bad cars will tell you. Or tanika no kwekwe kaba neighbor. Your esteem is affected, and these are things we never really talk about. But you don't want to buy. But if you get it in a nunji, definitely you buy. But with experience and the way the car prices are right now, I will not advise you to even try looking for a Sienta at 12 million. Kubanga boba broker bajaji kuwa. Ate tambula. Ojivuge tukene waka. Ochitegeera ojajivuge tukene waka. But I would totally advise against it. Like there is someone that wanted to buy a fielder, that fielder in front of us. Olinga ayagala jigula million 16 that one. And they sent me a message nga netujja kulaba. Ochitegeera, like if you don't mind buying a car that has accident history, nga kujita itogenda jisamwe milioni nga nya, ochitegeera, then those cars are there. Zote ziyinza kubula. Ochitegeera, katika Forester kalimu kalengera kali akagenda, the white Forester okalengera kali aka white, akosobola okafuna milioni nga 10 ne milioni 12 tekalungi. Okitegeera kati waliwo emmotoka ezimu nga kati Subaru zosi za bbeeyi nnyo nga bwolaba Toyota. Kati olabe yonna yiyo hybrid like milioni nga 5.5 yo yetuli maaso, but it's a hybrid. Eringa 2015 I think. Eringa 2015 eyo gyolaba. Kako ka Subaru kembadde mbagamba akoyinza okafuna milioni 10. Ne esajja batakola kajja bamwe byokola akola wansi, but osobola okafuna milioni 10-12. Simanyi gye buli tongamba nti Arthur kaliwa, but knowing the prices that I know, that is one of the cars you can get at 10-12 million. 10 gwe kibina mulabe kuga mmotoka nkadde oyagala okuyingira maaso ge mmotoka empya. So anyway, it's question Friday, guys. Keep asking. Eyo hari yo jirabe eyo neto jajifuna mu UAW jajifuna nga mu UAS milioni zo 10 ngere 10 sisi 13. Arthur, do you sell secret buttons? Toddy Ronald, secret buttons are not sold. They are installed. Ochitegeera, right? They are installed. So you get a wiring person that you trust, because nature ekintu ky'okuteekamu secret button nacho you need to get someone that you trust to install it, because omuntu ateekamu secret button ate yayinza okunona emmoroka yo. Okitegeera. Good morning, football tribe. Arthur, now that you're talking about the Vitz, tell me about the estimated cost of mount replacement. Vitz, mounting ya Vitz si ya milioni nga, si ya mitwalo nga 8 olowooza. The Vitz mounting is not that expensive. Mitwalo nga 8. Nali namanyira ogula mounting ez'emitwalo 3. Then one time nga nyina Vitz eyo ne bangamba mounting ya mitwalo 10, ningamba kiki nangula kyekyo. But of course some mountings also rozinyigamu mitwalo nga 3 ena. Ibadinyigamu. CEO team Kamori Katumba Amidu Woli Kansubire steady. Engineer Joshua, good morning Arthur. Are number plates sequential like UBA? Yes, they are. Not like that. Like if they have UBA 001A, then they'll have UBA 001B, 001C, 001D, like that. You get, like you see that UAF, they'll have UAT 672F, yeah, 67, and probably sometimes they skip some figures. I don't know. They probably have a sequence that they use, but you will find a car that has exactly your number. The very last figure, the F, but it's very hard for you to find the car like, but I've seen cars that have literally almost the same numbers. Yeah, I've seen them. You may find that it's a Morocco Faranye number, your Hilux Obachigege, Ochitegira. Nature Ipsam when you are your area. Ipsam, a liter will probably take you 6 kilometers. Zenvuga mairo ano lunaku ntangazamu Kawesa mairo ana ze kilomita nga nkaaga sicho 40 miles are like 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers for a car that gives you 10 kilometers, you'll be using 6 liters. For 6 liters at the current price of 5k, you'd be using 30,000. Now in your Ipsam you'll probably be using 40,000. Jawo ko se mitwalo ngena kumido ze izana mitwalo ngena buli mailo 10 mutwalo, buli mailo 10 mutwalo. How about you, G? What's your review on the Suzuki Swift Sport 2011 model, 2011 model, and Honda Fit? Don't buy the Honda, buy the Swift. Suzuki's are literally Toyotas now, guys. The newer models of Suzuki's are literally Toyotas. The spares are there. If you just went to Sifao here in industrial area, you'll find that some of the spares they have, the plugs they have. So Suzuki is literally Toyota. So, but don't buy the Honda, buy the Suzuki. Mikel Luigi, me, I always have 1 month vacation in a year, but I bought one. It has been helping me now 3 years. I can't get a rental. It's a bit stressful, and you always drive with fear. Yeah. But what kind of fear? If you get a rental from a company that has comprehensive insurance for all their cars, I don't see any fear to come out of that. The only thing you have to do, mpozingo gamba, that you don't like to drive a car that is not yours. Which take it, right? But I get that sometimes you get used to it. Eventually you get used to it. Suzuki Jimny, if it's one of those newer models, buy. Nenga Suzuki Jimny tebutera kufa. Arthur, I need a brief review RAV4 2008 as a model kanungi. Viola, you're going to get a 2.4 liter or 3 liters. You want to dewa kazimba kalala kako. It's another mall. It's probably also going to have apartments. Namiro RAV4 28 ogenda jifuna mu kusisa 2024 na 13 bwoboso omalako ne 13 naye ate because the 2.4 liter engine dies, it dies a lot. So I would definitely advise you buy a 3 liter engine, and if you find it very cheap, just know the engine is faulty. There are cars that have been seeing uzirabira ddala bazitunda layisi nnyo naye ng'omanyirawo nze kati nze ng'amanyi nga nkimanyi nti kati eteekwa kuba ndwadde. Francis NBA High. Waiswa Paul, the mounting is like a rubber thing that attaches to the engine. Attaches to the chassis, and it attaches to the engine. It keeps the engine intact in one place, and it also mitigates the vibration that comes from the engine to not go to the chassis. Because Botura Moroka, you're seated on the chassis. If the engine was to be put on the chassis directly, or in the Obangari massage chair, so the mountings mitigate the effects of the vibration from the engine, so that you don't feel. It's the mountings that are mitigating that are reducing the vibrations in the car. That's why you find that Chigege, when you sit in taxis here, you feel all the vibration, because most of those taxis, the mountings die and the guys don't replace them. Why so abankudde mu Luganda tobozeza mu Luganda. Mounting kibanga kirabba bakiteeka mu kyuma, ekyuma ne bakikwasa ku chassis ye moroka, kirabba ne bakisiba ku yingini. Kati the rubber eyambako vibration eva mu yingini, yingini etokota dogodogodogodogodo. Kati vibration bwejja ne rubber nejinywa. Kati vibration egenda otuuka ku kyuma ekikutte ku yingini nga vibration ekendedde. Era yensonga lwaki otula mu moroka n'obeera comfortable. Kati emoroka ezimu kati olaba nga Mark X. You guys have sat in Mark X. In Mark X's. A Mark X has so many mountings. It has so many bushings. That's why you don't feel the vibration in a Mark X. And the mountings and the bushes are very strong, to the extent that some of them even have hydraulic oil. Like okola mountings za Mark X maso okazinzo kumalako emitwalo nga 3. That's why it's too comfortable. It has a lot of bushings, a lot of mountings and all that. So emoroka jeko mukuba ne mountings, the bushes enyingi jeko mokuba comfortable. Oba jeko mukuba ne mounting, oba ne bushes za technology omupya. That's why you find that the newer the car, the better the more silent the car is. Oba the less vibration you get from the engine. Ben Kako, good morning. No, Nathan. I find that the new one, Mugongo Gwambwai, consumes a bit more. Zona zina 3S na ye 3S ya nuwa ya njawulo mukuku ya Ipsam. So the Ipsam definitely consumes a little more fuel than the new one. Ochitegeera. Lero tuyise wandiga kajjamu katono. I have nyina abantu benyina okusomesa digital marketing lero ku ssaawa 2 already endilete zili 2 n'eddakiika 7. That's why I included the caption short broadcast today, because nakimanyiza olutuuka bwenti ntuukira ku bantu bange benyina lindako ebitaala tebikola. Omanye ebintu bye Uganda bino osanga ekitaala kya red naye n'ogamba wayi bwe nayimira ate omusirikale nankuba ekipapulo olw'okuyimirira kati ng'olina kugenda ne banno okitegeera. And I find that it's not a very sustainable way for people. Kati cross sports ogiraba eri ku UBH ya million nga 2 nga mu 3 olumoiza no kisanga million 19 depending on who is selling and why they are selling. You guys, you see that blue? Subarus look good in blue. Nema mosango inaga nagula Ractis nga ya blue, inagula Paso Sete nga ya blue. Ne webuza kati Paso Sete ya blue ogigula ogenda gikozesa ki? Bangamye mu yoni za red ne maroon impitirivu. Ene Muchibi, good morning. How are you? What's the fuel consumption of a Mark X? Each liter can take you at carry 8 kilometers. Each liter. What's the fuel consumption Mark X in Kuzemu? So guys, ask the question. See, it has only become a short broadcast. It's going to be 1 hour already. Yeah. Ero parking awaiting ngenda kusoma questions za zonna zidibwemu ndoza story ya Rumion kaji bagambe enchengeri obudde gye bugenze. So tomorrow evening I'll be telling you the story of the Rumion, 5:15 p.m. Yesterday to the Rumion, and I had some very unpleasant experiences, but I'll share them tomorrow. But let me just put this out, because I know abantu abamu abasubule moroka, you watch my broadcast, but nangi bagaya abasubule moroka. When I come to inspect a car, I'm not your enemy. When I come to inspect a car, I don't serve you. I'm not there to make sure that people buy your car. Yesterday I had a very bad experience. We went to the very big bond. You guys normally talk about it here. And their car was not good. It was cheap, but it wasn't good. Options. Actually, I was the person I was the person trying to convince this person to buy this car, because that place is big. Nyineta loza sikyagala kuyingiramu. Nasanze bateseza da sente noli okitegeera, and ngoli amanyishi wadi kuleta sente kusasula. Tukebere moroka ngamazime moroka teyita. Tuvaayo bali batandika okubira omuguzi. Oyo olina tikitoka tategeera. Oyo tikitoka. And then the chick that was the salesperson nagamba the person that was buying that musabye sente. Naye nga nze gwagamba musabye sente, I hadn't even talked to her. Okitegeera, I hadn't even talked to her. I even wanted to go back and numirize nga bwe musabye sente. Okitegeera. So the guys that are selling cars, please just buy good cars. Mugule moroka nungi. I think the one thing that has happened, abantu betero gulake moroka ndoza batutero tutwalako. Most of you guys take us to White King. White King oliyo we bakuli. Mweba guy, White King, if I were to talk to White King directly ne mumulaba, emoroka ze bwe ziba mbite tuzigula. Era yakimanyi. Emoroka ze bwe ziba mbite tuzigulayo. Era bwaba ne moroka enungi tuzigula. It's just that nze sena kwagala kujja nengambe moroka twaziguze ku kibanda kyono, twaziguze ku kibanda kyoli. It will seem like I'm endorsing, but I'm forced to say White King because abasinga je mutero tutwala. Naye emoroka ze bwe ziba mbi tetuzigulayo. Like in the past 3 weeks, people have taken us to White King era ne tuvayo nga tetuguzeeyo. Okitegere, but there are people, and I normally don't want to say names of car traders or bonds if I'm not talking about it in a positive light. Okitegere, but it's a very bad thing. It's a very bad thing. What happened yesterday? Ne wabawo n'omutamiivu omuyaga n'akuba oyo TikTok oyo ne jangu nfudde moroka ku layisi namuga kati katujakebera tomuleeta oyo. But anyway, I'll share the experience tomorrow in tomorrow's broadcast. Tujja bbira bencha story yonna nja kubangi bawa. Arthur, kindly talk more on review Vista Adeo. Now, Kampala job listings, the Vista Adeo you're going to buy, make sure it has a VVTi engine. It's the best that you can buy. Togule ya 3S, ya 3S enywanga ipsam. But you buy the one that has the same engine with the Primo new model. Ya VVTi, you buy it over to ZZ. Is it? 1ZZ, 2Z. My code is usizikwa. Gwe manya engine yeri mu Primo new model yoino gwira mu Vista Adeo kuba na emirembe. Please talk about the noise that some tires make on the road. What causes it? That's friction. That's totally normal. That's totally normal. Now, like if you buy all-terrain roads are mostly made to favor off-road. So wano ziba zigenda kukola nnyo kerere. But it's totally, the sound is after traveling like 8 kilometers. Etera kuba sensor. Mugalu etera kuba. Now I'm saying etera kuba because yesterday I saw a comment. I suspect it's a broker or mechanic that's trying to but someone was saying namugamba agule fuel pump na agula fuel pump siwe bulwadde. So I'm trying to say, I want to make sure that I say it's a possibility. Yeah, etera kuba. Normally if a car starts properly, no engine check, and then you drive for like a certain distance of time and then it brings the engine check, it will mostly be the knock sensor. Okitegeera. Arthur, okay, Nkumaze. Arthur, even if you're not going to be around, it's better to own your car. Me, I don't agree with car hire. But car hire is okay. Globally, people hire cars amidu. And me, I find that if I were not in the country, guys, I would not buy a car. I would not. I would hire cars when I'm here, and when I go abroad, I use my money to make me more money. Definitely, guys, owning a car is a very good thing, but when you're not in the country, it's better for you to hire for 2 months. Mbabulira emoroka ojiraba. Emoroka, especially now the guys that have families, bemulekere emoroka. Ojja kudde waka ngemoroka yorumba jononye no jonona. Ojituke munge ekutamye no kutama okujja ko ngogireko gisibidde mu garage. But even then, there is better use for that money. And I love cars, guys, but also the advantage of hiring cars if you come only 2 months. Okujja ko ngo ino mukyale wakanti ogenda gimulekera agivuge. Naye bw'oba togenda girekera muntu waka kugivuga nga mukyala wo nti obe mwanguyiza obulamu, don't buy. But that's my opinion, guys. Munamik, the day is cold. Chisitu, how are you? It feels so good driving a good condition vehicle while raining. The only problem is the nails on the road you get. Yeah, the rainy season is full of nails. Marakach, how are you? No, we drive on the right hand side. We drive on the left. Yeah. It's the steering that is on the right. Ngabi the FX Trader, hi, how are you? Peter Mangeni. Guys, you're 69. Give me 69 likes. Just double tap the screen. Arthur, manya nti akasanyite kalimu. akasanyi bwe kanaavaamu bwe kati emmoroka egenda leeta engine check bwe banateekako ku computer ebiseera ebisinga ebika oxygen sensor egenda leeta engine check. Then when you're going uphill, most times the car will lose a bit of power when you're going uphill. Those are some of the signs. That's the basic. Because akasanyi kayinza obutayongeramu kunywa ya mmoroka but it will lose when you're going uphill. Ne bw'obanga otandika bwoti eruzingamuko ka power oba okiwulira. Omuntu atamanyi mmoroka ayinza obutakimanya naye omuntu amanyi mmoroka akiwulira. Naye ng'osobola ogivuga. And you guys, I've seen that some people get scared when the car brings engine check. Engine check light, you can drive with an engine check light for 2 years. The people that drive Mercedes-Benz knows. They know, sorry. The guys that drive Mercedes-Benz, Golfs, those guys, BMW, they drive with engine check lights all the time. But you take it, eh? Yeah. Yeah, so you guys don't be scared of engine check lights at all. But of course, get it checked out, eh? Sometimes the engine check light will definitely, will genuinely be the oxygen sensor. And when it's the oxygen sensor, naye buzaamu kumanyi. But especially with the new cars, the moment that your car is starting to tell you oxygen sensor, then just know it's actually not the oxygen sensor. Kati aumanya bumanya nti catalytic converter kaput. Ibadde freezes. Kale natera okutuuka empaking adabe ebibuuzeeyo byesimazeeyo bana emboozi ya Rumio munzikirize njibawe tomorrow kangene nkwasaganye emirimu gino emirala, then the story njibawe tomorrow evening. And for the guys that don't know, our broadcast tomorrow will be at 5:15 p.m. Even the broadcast on Sunday will be at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, but they are also as nice as this. Took bechibozi ne chitambula naro. So ask the last bit of questions, guys, as I pack, so that I answer them. Ate ekyo nakyo kitambulira naye kati omuntu abadde planning okugula emmotoka ne mwenze no one way annema okuvuga. Waliwo abantu abavuga one way ne batabakwatako, nze buli wenvuga one way no bankwata. Every time I do one way I get caught by traffic police, but people drive one ways all the time and nothing happens to them. I guess I'm just unlucky. Free things, I'm not supposed to do free things, get free things. I'm not supposed to break the law. I think that's just how God made me. Kari, guys, let me pack, then some comment. Kale guys, let's conclude the broadcast. How much can I get a 190e Mercedes-Benz? Iyo kyemanyire million nga musanvu ogifuna. Edda zalinga ine ku million 5, but these days the motoka za bei nenga million musanvu. I'm sure you can get it. Have you guys seen an accident that happened a few hours back at Nambole? A taxi and a saloon car collided, huge flames. I have not. I got my car using your info waiver. Amina Jackie, congrats. Obagwe Mr. Arthur, you can train me. My issue is rally driving. No. Rally driving is I think it's a skill that's learned from practice. Stephen Omuria, I try to balance, but as you know, it's very hard to kick out your language. So it pops in every now and then. What do you think about Isuzu pickup truck? Very good. You're talking about the Isuzu D-Max? Very good. And Isuzu is very good with trucks and lorries and buses. Yeah. Arthur, I'm here in Somaliland, but I'm confused because I have limited time in Uganda, 2 months every year, but I would like to buy a car. Can I buy a car here instead of Uganda? I think, like, you guys can drive from Somalia, right? You buy a car in Somalia that you drive in Uganda and drive it here for 2 months. You get it? Where do we get the capes? Maxwell Kahuma, the capes, there is a lady that supplies those capes. You call that lady on 0787 599 882. Yeah, that's the lady that will give you the caps. Mbadde mbuza spare wipes amachalabika n'ekirala siyenta nsobola okugikozesa okutikka ebyamaguzi ng'obutungulu emiyembe emboga n'ebyakaweesi emmoloka z'abannammwe ze bakyalira mwagala zitundiramu obutungulu osobola siyenta definitely can then ne spare wipes amwalabika naye woba ogenda tunda byamaguzi kaweesi gulira ddala ipsam oba gitwaringi kubanga siyenta bagenda gikuseera ate ogyonooni ate ekusale so nga ate bwogula gitwaringi eri eŋŋanda emabega obeerayo na baati okitegeera tolina kyogenda gyonoona. I replaced the Lukoba but the sound refused to stop. But I've not seen your first comment. I think I've not seen your first comment, but how many kilometers does Primo Old Model give per liter? 7 to 8. 7 to 8. Kati wosanga ya 1.5 liters is all up to 10. Good morning, Arthur. How many kilometers do a liter of fuel run for a Vanguard, and how much is a VIP subscription? I have learned a lot from this channel. The least I can do is support. Emmanuel, the VIP subscription goes, I think, 10K, and you use Visa card. I need to do a tutorial on that. I'm going to do a tutorial on that, guys. What brings the car sound? At which sound? One of the pulleys is faulty, over the alternator, over the SC pump, okitegeera naye live za weekend atho obudde ojjamu ojjaleetimu nze njagala mbabuulire sigenda kuddamu kujjaleeti amazima sometimes inspections amezinkwata oli agenda nakuwako ku Saturday akasente okaagala kangene kola inspection eno okitegeera then mbeera mu inspection era for the guys that have done inspection for mbagamba nobaga mbadde nyina okubanga ntandise broadcast kati naye tukole and then we do esimu ebugumye. How to join digital marketing training. Muchibi, you call this number. The guys that want to join the digital marketing training, call 0750 500 655. 0750 500 655. That's for the digital marketing class. Good morning, Arthur. Kindly, if talk about Visadeo engine size. Buy the 1.8 liter that is in a Toyota Primo. A Jaguar up to 12 kilometers on a highway. Good morning, what's a Roderick Foscar? Mark X Zio is the Mark X purely. It's just that people just don't like it. The cars with beams, yes, at least the Ziffer. So, guys, Kambasibule, good morning, Isoba Ivan, Kambasibule, banange simu kangatena vakwe. Sibule ngene asaganye area digital marketing ate. No kutambula bigambo tebitambula muyombya Mark to see me Eddie Jones info abali mukamuli. I don't take you for granted. Pre-purchase inspection is only 450k. That money covers a full day of inspection in the Kampala Central Business District. Ezo sente zisasulira abantu babiri gwe n'omuntu omulala. Why? Because I already have a mechanic in the car. Mugatako mwe babiri kiri ekifo ekirala tukirekerawo senga tusanga broker nga ayagala tutwale moroka weeri ne mbamu ekifo ekirala, and I only have a 4 passenger vehicle. So your money covers for only 2 people, you and a friend that is helping you choose your car. Mulindwa Gonzaga, Viola Namiro, Sereko Starch, Tusime, Eddie Michael, UG, Mugalasi, Joshua Mixed Farm. Sereko Starch, Awagambi, ayagala tukole project here for the love of cars. Tuguleyo chigegeza fenga tutukunganyanga for the love of cars. Juma Ali, Tujabi Kencha, Bruno Insingoma, David Sembatia, Brigitte Kakai, Oza Mosantu, Herbert UG, YouTube art oyinayengambye bamuyita Arthur Brigitte Kakai, Michael UG, Sebugwao Medi, Kagwa Dennis, Toddy Ronald, Herbert Sab, Travel Live Vlog, Proma Creations, Wakula Johnson, Brian Flames, Robin Seplut, Okuverasha Seplut, Dr. Kasule Matia, Raiwa, Samuel Namisi, Billy Crown, Abdul Malik, Sentongo Hamza, Chrissy, George Senkubuge, Murad K Momo VIP for another 3 months. Yeah. We were the new renewing. Danny Nyesingoma, Robert Senzige Barto, Maxwell Kahuma, Ronald Muchwa VIP, David Jack Tumusime, Kawesi Peter, Esimba nange egenda kujjako bwezi egenda kujjako up. But thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. It has really overheated. N'amanya tegakyatambula bulungi. Engineer Joshua Waswa Paul, Francis NBA, Nathan 256, Ben Kako, Henry Muchibi, Itanga Emmanuel, Prosi Bravo, Kampala Job Listings, banemwe bali kubera ku broadcast, Igumba Jonathan, Mugula Tif, Mula Mick, Eric Chisitu, Ngabi the FX Trader, Marrakech 7, Peter Mangeni Peter, Katwena M Benjamin, Henry Muchibi, Proma Creation Sakumaze, Giovanni